Alright, welcome to the Space Limited Accomplishments interval. This week's episode is going to be a little different. Bonnie doesn't feel well, so she's not going to be participating as much. So I thought what I'd do instead is go over some business, go over some paperwork I have here. Okay, well, I'm going back to work after a week's vacation, which winds up being 9 days off. 5 working days and 2 weekends. So I've been off 9 days, and I'm a little off my schedule, routine, whatever. But I did get a lot done this past weekend, or past week. Got a lot of yard work done. Got a painting finished. Worked on a new song. Bunch of stuff. Now I've got here a piece of paper that I wrote at the beginning of the week, and it's called To Do This Week. Everything but one thing is crossed off, so I got a lot done. The only thing I didn't get done was put up small pics with glue. Put up small pictures with glue. Several years ago, I printed up really tiny little images on pieces of paper with my old blog web address written on them and some nonsense phrases. And the idea originally was to use these with glue and glue them up around town to draw attention to the blog, but I never did much of that. So I wanted to go ahead and use them up, and my idea was to do that this week, but I didn't get around to doing any of it. Anyway, but meditate. I focused myself on meditating for 15 minutes, 16 minutes. Lifted weights, pretty good, not too great, because every time I would do yard work, I didn't feel like doing anything afterwards. I worked on the last song I was doing. I recorded it and posted it. Record audiobook installments, did that, finished the painting, started a new one, determined the definite plot of the story and everything necessary. That refers to the upcoming issue of my online magazine, and I did that because I plotted out and scripted the next issue, plus basically what's going to happen over the course of however many issues it takes to finish the story up. Yard work. Pull vines out of the window in the old studio. Okay, I did yard work, but not as much as I wanted. And as far as pulling vines out of the window in the old studio, I went over there. See, if you go up into the storage part of the old studio, there are... What kind of vines are those? What kind of ivy is that?
Probably English.
English ivy. And there's some English ivy growing into the storage area, the old studio, on top of some of the paintings. And I have wanted to take care of this for a long time, and I went over there on the outside, and I didn't see anything growing into the building. So I don't know what that's about. And need to decide on a definite direction for my painting going forward, and I did that. So we'll set that piece of paper aside. What do we got here? Okay. This is what I wrote down. I wrote this down last night. This is about how my painting is going to go moving forward. This is titled New Directions, New Decisions. Alright, 1. Except for the fact of a painting being a part of a specific series or super series, and therefore conforming to the basic requirements or parameters of that grouping, and in parentheses and or title, each painting is a thing unto itself. That's capitalized. That's important. Being designed, composed, defined for its specific development and execution. What that means is, as much as I wanted to come up with some sort of definite compositional template, that's not going to work for me. Every painting has to be basically written out in advance what you're going to do, what elements are going to be in it, how it's going to be brought to its ultimate fullest development. Okay, number 2, the old steps used to develop a painting are still valid. Procedure, technique. That means the method, the steps, where I put the pencil lines on the canvas first and so forth, build it up from there. That's still in effect. Number 3, a list of subjects, themes, subject matter, compositional elements, all for continual reuse, needs to be made and kept at hand. That's like, sometimes I put puppets on the hands of the figures. That's like a recurring compositional element. Or trying to think of something else that I do all the time. Anyway, crazy looking paintings and sculpture or machines and stuff in the pictures. That's the sort of thing I mean. 4, some things are predetermined. That means these are always present. So to speak, trademark elements. First, the borders around the main composition. I feel like that's a trademark Lance Ash element, where I will, because I'm too lazy to frame my paintings, and nobody's going to frame them for me, so I put a phony frame, so to speak, in the painting, a border. And second, the signature box. I sign my name a certain way, and then I put a little box around it. That's another recurring thing. And so that's paper, that's done. And then I wrote out a standard layout / contents for all issues of the online magazine. I'm not going to go over that. But anyway, I got all that together. So I got a lot of organizing done. This is some shit I've been wanting to do for a long time. And this most recent painting I did, it was done correctly. It was developed to its utmost, but I thought it was just a boring composition. It was 3 guys in a room with a calendar, with a topless chick on the calendar, and 2 other guys are looking at the chick on the calendar. The other guy is more interested in this bizarre piece of machinery that's on a table in front of him. And I just thought it was kind of, I'd rather have something a little more personal, something expressive of my personal interest or themes or obsessions or so forth and so on. I have a pressure in my head right now that is bordering on a headache. But I'm not going to take any motion until I get to work. I think lifting weights when I got up caused it, but who knows. I'm trying to think what else happened this week. Finally, I walked around a little neighborhood, in one of the old neighborhoods in Athens, and it was just beautiful, peaceful, quiet. These old houses, and you just wonder about the people who live there. What kind of people are they? Oh, we also spent the whole day up. Well, we say Atlanta, but I think people who actually live in Atlanta refer to it as the outer parts. We went to, there's 2 Indian grocery stores right next to each other in Decatur. One of them is Patel Brothers, which is a pretty widely known chain. The other one's Cheerians. I don't know if they're a chain or not. Bonnie says there's 3 of them. But anyway, so it's just nice to go to these places because you're immersed in a different culture. People are speaking different languages. And the smells of these places, different spices, different products, different produce, different kinds of soap, They have a sandalwood soap that we've been buying for years that is fabulous smelling. And we got a whole bunch of stuff. I got some basically meal in a cup dishes where you add boiling water, and they were very interesting. What I thought was one of the things I thought was interesting about them is the way they're packaged, and the way they're marketed. You know, breakfast in a cup. You're thinking people eat spiced semolina with vegetables in it for breakfast.
That's cream of wheat.
Basically cream of wheat with not sugared up the way we would do it here, but
Curried.
yeah, curried, seasoned. And
Had a yogurt.
what's that?
One had a yogurt.
One had a yogurt base or yogurt sauce in it. We wanted to go to our favorite restaurant, and apparently they've got the buffet up again, but they didn't have it on the day that we went. It's only on the weekends. So Bonnie had planned ahead for that eventuality and bought some
Food.
hot samosas, hot pakoras, the little donut things, lentil donuts at Cheerian's in advance in case that happened. So we drove to this ancient, horrible, old, closed down mall up there and sat in the parking lot and ate.
Like pigs.
What now?
Like pigs.
Yeah.
We ate like we'd never eaten before.
And they didn't give us enough little containers of coconut chutney, mainly just the coriander stuff. And I'm trying to think what else happened. Anyway, I had tried to get some sleep the night before so I could stay awake, but it didn't work, and I got just dead tired. Drove over to our daughter's new apartment, and by the time we got there, I was non-functional. I thought it was a pretty good place. Bonnie said it's too small for two people. She's living there with her boyfriend. But I thought it was all right. And wash and dryer in the place. When I was living in apartments, that was unheard of.
It's like 750 square feet, and they're paying $1,100 a month.
Yeah.
At least the parking's free.
Yeah. Trying to think what else we did that day. I wish we had, time to go up there.
Farmers market.
The Cab Farmers Market we went to, and wasn't as great of an experience. One of the great things about going there or other farmers markets in Atlanta is seeing the people. Sometimes you'll see Sikhs or people from Malaysia or all over the place.
At the Cab, we mostly see lesbians here.
No, I didn't see any lesbians. Sometimes you see families with little bitty kids. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. God damn it. Saw this woman, I don't know, about our age, roughly speaking. Kind of about 5'4" maybe. But she was really fit. And she had that sort of skin where she didn't naturally have freckles, but she's developed freckles from being out in the sun for 40 years. And just a bunch of people in there. They have a little sort of pay by the pound buffet type place there, and it wasn't open, completely dead.
It was surprisingly packed for a Wednesday morning. Surprising.
I have the feeling that they have a steady business all week long. Usually. I wish we'd had time to do some other stuff. We need to go up there and get a hotel room sometime so we can go to. There's an antiques mall called Kudzu, which has got a lot of neat stuff.
I can go over to Reed's house and organize her place.
There's some antiques mall somewhere. I don't know if it's in Monroe or what, but I bought an old penthouse there. one time, and I'd like to go there and see if they have any other old magazines. I'd like to get some old issues of Omni and maybe some old issues of Games magazine, which nobody remembers, the original. Oh, goodness.
When we first got married.
We had a subscription for a while to Games, the
Boring.
new version, yeah. It was very creative in its original incarnation. Omni was put out by Penthouse, and Games was put out by Playboy. Oh my God, my head is killing me. Let's see where we're at here. We're at the 15-minute mark. Oh my God. I don't feel too good. Oh, my poor baby. My 23-year-old son that lives with us, he was so sick this week, and I felt so sorry for him last night. He was so pathetic. But hopefully he's on the mend. Oh. Well, I don't think there's anything else to add. I had the in-laws over for Chinese the other day, and we ordered way too much food, and I spent the next 2 days trying to eat it rather than waste it. And I just got to the point where I was like, I just throw the rest of it away. I can't take it anymore. To be honest, I'd rather just eat a plate full of egg rolls with lots of hot mustard. Can't get the mustard I like anymore. The really hot Chinese mustard. Well, anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up early because my head's about to crack open. Anything to add?
No.
All right. That's it. Bye-bye.